Hey, I'm challenging myself to bring this idea to you all watching and listening before I think it's ready, because I think that is part of this research initiative, this action research series that I would like to start on cooperation and connection. This comes after thinking about offering some kind of cooperation coaching for a while and realizing that I could start with my own test case. And having just spoken to a friend about how we both wish we had a team to work with on our ideas. And I wonder if you also wish you had a team to work with your ideas with you. And the value of cooperation, or the possibility of entering cooperation, seems to be less obvious and less accessible than I think it has been in the past. I think at the moment, our tendencies are continuing to isolate ourselves because of our digital atomization and our individual notions of success. AI is just exasperating that dynamic, and the loneliness epidemic is evidence to our social atrophy, our social muscles atrophying, our ability to take social risks, to connect with one another, starting to wane. And many of us spending more and more time online or behind our devices at home. Many people growing up today without even the experience of what it's like to be in community. So many of us searching for belonging, and yet it seems more elusive today than ever, I think, at least in the societies that I am a part of, have grown up in, have been socialized with. But I want to talk about cooperation and how we might approach gathering and joining in more cooperation in our lives. And I'll give you the short version of a couple of things that I've realized, and then I might go on to talk a longer segment of it. But the short version is that I used to think that if I couldn't do something on my own first, then I was a failure. If I couldn't bring myself to do yoga, to work out, to exercise on my own, then I must not have enough discipline. I must not be fit, or something must be wrong with my self-determination and my discipline and motivation. I used to think the same about my ideas that I was working on, the intellectual ventures that I want to start, that if I couldn't figure out how to describe them, how to synthesize them, how to design them and bring them to life, then I shouldn't put the ideas out there because somebody might copy me or steal them. And I don't know if I'm ready to talk about them with people because I don't know who I trust. And I realized that those sorts of limiting factors are things that a lot of people today, more and more people, I think, are losing the idea of who they can trust, especially with regards to aspirations, ambitions, values, motivations, desires, things we want to bring forth into the world. And I think we're also lacking people to socialize these things with. And what I have realized in maybe two or three things around this transcendence of the individual self reliance. I know Ralph Waldo Emerson has a great book on self reliance, which really helped me when I was younger, and the Stoicisms espouse that virtue a lot. But I think that we're in a very different time in our socio cultural conditioning today, and there's a need to move from the isolation that's gone too far from autonomy back into connection. And not that we need to be in codependence or enmeshment, but we do need to be in some healthy balance of connection to make anything happen and to really be valued, because we're social creatures. The value is created socially, and I think that's part of the core premise that I would like to continue to investigate with this action research initiative and series, and I would like to continue to flesh out. But this idea that value is only created in socialization, we need each other to survive, and I think we need each other to feel valued and to create value. And there's no good in hiding away for such a long time, as I have been myself, in order to try and create some perfect artifact of value before actually then bringing it forward to a group and to people in order to exchange and to find where the value actually is, because it's in that connection and it's in that collective of lived experience where the value is synthesized, where the identities are created, etc. So the one part of that I want to talk about is what I've heard of as Solomon's paradox. I think there's some research on this, and I think it was Emperor Solomon, King Solomon, and the paradox is wise for others, foolish for oneself. And I think a lot of people will be able to identify, myself included, of being able to give people wise advice and feedback and motivation and encouragement and discernment, and help people make decisions, and help people on their projects and help work things out. But then when it comes to one's own endeavors, one's own self-discipline or willpower, one's own ideas and ventures, I think many of us struggle to bring that forward into life. And I used to think that was a failure. I used to think that was a failure of myself. I am lacking willpower. I might be lacking follow through. I'm not smart enough. I'm not diligent enough to do my exercise on my own. And I now understand from the psychology and research literature and also lived experience that that's bullshit. Like, I'm calling bullshit on the idea that we need such a strong individual willpower to get things done, and if we can't get things done on our own, then we have no right to continue to be a part of society getting things done. Calling total bullshit on that. Human beings are meant to get things done with others, and for there to be this reciprocity with teaming up to do things. So that's a big part of this applied right now research initiative that I will be continuing to convene and produce. So there's Solomon's paradox, this idea that we can give other people wise advice and we can receive wise advice for others, but it's difficult to do it for ourselves. And there's this notion of value, like the value is created collectively, and there's no good toiling away on our own artifacts of value without bringing them to other people. And then there is a whole bunch of stuff on how to grow our social muscle again, of how to take little risks in order to involve other people, how to trust other people, how to know when to trust who on what. And yeah, there's a huge world of there of how our nervous system responds in cooperation, in our invitations to cooperation, in our protocols for reciprocity, and I will continue to get into that in this series. But I wanted to start this and ask anybody who's still listening, thank you, whether they also experience a feeling of loneliness with regards to what they want to do, what they want to make, how they want to work, and whether maybe just speaking to LLMs and AI chatbots has got a little bit too psychotic. Whether you just got lost in these online, whether you're consuming information or speaking to LLMs, if you're a little bit lost, if you want to gather and talk with us about how we would like to cooperate in the future and what our barriers are and how we would like to grow that muscle in order to be able to work on bigger challenges together, in order to get the satisfaction and to be able to really celebrate and feel like we are being and have contributed a value and learning how to share. That will all be part of a continuation of research and practice that I hope to share with you all. And if anybody would like to continue the journey, please make a comment, send me a message, and tell me what is limiting you, what are your blockers with involving more people in the work you would like to do, in the ventures you would like to create, in the ideas you have, in what you would want to bring to the world. Why are you not already working with a team of people helping you get where you want to go? I would love to know, and I'll share mine too. Thanks. I might delete this later because I have just recorded it on a whim, but I'm going to share it anyway. And go easy on me. This is a first draft of hopefully a lot of useful social value. Thanks.